My mother-in-law died, but my parents gave no condolences because they hate my partner. Last Saturday, July 23rd, my mother-in-law passed away unexpectedly, leaving my partner, 35M, and me, 32F, devastated. We had a close bond with her, and the whole situation feels like a never-ending nightmare. Yesterday, we held the funeral, which was an emotionally draining experience after an already exhausting week. When I first started dating my partner 9 years ago, my parents had significant reservations. They criticized his financial situation and asked why I couldn't find someone wealthier to marry. In fact, they even wrote me a letter, expressing disappointment in my choices and claiming I was living in sin. This forced me to make a difficult decision. I decided to go and live with my partner, despite my parents demanding everything they had ever provided for me. They had previously told me I had over $10,000 saved up from my time as a waitress, but in reality, I was not allowed to keep my tips, and my dad would go through my belongings before I could access any money. I chose to leave that life behind and commit to my partner. Since then, I've learned never to vent about our relationship to my parents, as they always use it against me. We have faced our fair share of challenges, such as financial struggles, job changes, and the need to find a larger living space for the two of us. We don't have children, but marriage has become a topic of discussion as of late. Occasionally, I have felt frustrated and made the mistake of sharing my concerns with my mom. However, rather than providing support or understanding, her advice is often to leave my partner, referring to him in derogatory terms. I don't understand where this hatred comes from. He has never been abusive toward me. My mother seems convinced that violence is an issue, even though we have never had a history of it. Sure, there have been arguments where our voices were raised, but we have sought counseling and developed healthier communication habits. Since I rarely communicate with my parents, who live 2 hours away, they are completely unaware of our growth and choose not to care. They continue to believe our relationship is terrible based on a single phone call where I vented about a fight 7 years ago. We have come so far since then. Instead, I find solace and support from my partner's family. We spend more time with them, and they have never judged or used our arguments against us. They always encourage us to work through our issues and see me as a daughter. Though we are legally married under common law, my partner hasn't formally proposed, mainly because we were not in a stable financial position. I don't feel rushed because we have recently attained financial stability and are focused on saving together. Throughout the grief and mourning process, we have been there for each other, demonstrating how far we have come in terms of our healthy communication. A day after the funeral, my dad sent me a message, saying, "Your mom showed me the obituary. Interesting to read that you got married. I guess that's why you quickly returned to him." I suppose parents are always the last ones to know. My mom also asked me, "Did you and your partner get married?" Just checking. This added drama is the last thing we needed as we continue to grieve. I don't even know how to respond. Anger washed over me when I realized they hadn't even expressed condolences, and this was their first message to me in weeks. Is this what they prioritize in the midst of my partner's mother's death? Instead of supporting us, they condemn me for being listed as his wife in the obituary.